Hello and welcome to Disc Golf Daily, the podcast that tries to catch you up on all things disc golf in about 8 to 10 minutes. I'm Brian Papa Wolf Frawley, and I've got your Sunday recap of the European Disc Golf Festival. Let me tell you, if there's an event that I would go to, if I had the millions and millions, it would be this one, every time. From the competition ahead of the event to the competition in the event, it was super fun to watch. I really enjoyed how Disc Golf Pro Tour and Disc Golf Network presented this, and shout out to everyone at Tallinn Song Festival Grounds for making that place look beautiful, and of course shout out to all the fans that showed up to watch this. It really was a true festival, if you will. Really cool starting hole, really cool finishing hole, really brought the entire game together. And I think it showed with some amazing battles coming down throughout the weekend, and a lot of excitement on both the MPO and FPO side. But on the FPO side, after round two, we saw Heidi Laine in first place with a 3-stroke lead over Missy Gannon and Katie Asulu. Jenny Copperman rounds out your top four. Your chase card has a lot of familiar names with Kari Teku, Katie Tate, Evelina Salonen, and Henna Blumros. Notice we didn't say a name in there that's pretty familiar, especially in Europe. On the chase card, if you will, is Kristen Tatar going into the third and final round. That third and final round started off with a little boring stretch, if you will, for Heidi Laine, or a safe stretch, depending on how you want to look at it. But through the first 8 holes, she was only one down. That person chasing her, Missy Gannon, ended up being through 4 down through the same 8 holes. And from the chase card, we had Evelina Salonen being 2 down through those same 4 holes. But it was the back 9 that was the story. Missy Gannon grabs herself 4 birdies, 2 bogeys. Evelina Salonen from that chase card grabs herself 6 birdies, no bogeys. Heidi Laine only grabs 1 stroke, meaning 3 birdies, 2 bogeys, and we ended up having a playoff. I don't know if you could do the math real quick in your head there, but yeah, Missy Gannon and Evelina Salonen got themselves a playoff, and shooting off of that great stage on hole 1 on the par 5 for FPO. It was pretty exciting. You could hear the announcer announcing in the stadium what was about to happen, how they were going to play 1 and then 18 and 1 and then 18. I thought the coverage did a great job of explaining what the rules were going to be as far as who's going to go first and all that. None of it mattered, because after 1 hole we had a winner, and Missy Gannon grabs herself a victory in Europe, and that's going to come into play with those Disc Golf Pro Tour standings later on. But we had some amazing people shoot pretty high over their rating on the FPO side. Elisabetta Pekansina from Latvia shot 52 points over her rating. Kari Teku, who took 6th place, shot 50 points over her rating. And Birgit Weider shot 40 points over her rating. Of course, there is the yin with the yang, and we saw some familiar names, not Cash, Sarah Holcomb, Rachel Turton, who's had a great year, and Olivia Kindersnit were the highest rated players to not cash, if you will. Missy Gannon gets the full points from this event for your Disc Golf Pro Tour standings. 100 points. She got 150 last week for third, which secures her up at the top with 1,137.5 points. But interesting fact, she got 250 points in the last 2 weeks. That's more than roughly 95 players that are listed on the FPO side. So with the shakeup, if you will, Evelina moves up to second as well. Owen and Holland were idle, if you will, back in the States, and Kristen Tatar rounds out your top 5. Now heading into Ledgestone next week and the Disc Golf Pro Tour Plus event. On the MPO side, oh my goodness, did we have fun in the first round. How much fun did we have? We had a young man named Ricky Wysocki shooting a unofficial 1119. Yes, that was a giant amount of ratings, if you will. Highly suggest you head on over to Statmando's Twitter or X account, if you will. They gave a great breakdown of how many all-time 1,000 or 1,100 rated rounds there were, included and not included with the Memorial, which scored really well for many people back in the day. But Ricky's 1119 rating was pretty crazy. One of the highest ratings ever in our sport, and truly a great round to watch. So definitely check that post-production coverage out. Minus 16. He only missed 2 holes, hole 10 and hole 14. Pretty crazy in that first round. But at the end of 2 rounds, we had some shooters up top. All-American lead card after 2. We had Ricky Wysocki, Kyle Klein, Paul McBeth, and Aaron Gossage on your lead card going into the final round, with Jonan Henninen, James Proctor, Rainers Bolidus, and James Conrad as your chase card. And we were entertained as fans. Starting off, Ricky gets 2 out of the first 3. Paul gets 2 out of the first 3. Kyle gets 2 out of the first 3. Unfortunately, his non-birdie was a bogey. And those 2 out of the first 3 from McBeth started him on a roll. He ended up getting 8 in a row, 8 of the first 9. Ricky gets 6 of the first 9, throws a bogey in there to bring it real close. Moving on through the back 9, Ricky finds 2 bogeys to Paul's no bogeys. Paul shoots a 4 down in the back 9. Ricky only shoots a 2 down in the back 9. Going into the final hole, Paul McBeth was down by 1 stroke. Both of them threw it right about to circle's edge. Paul was up first, and Paul's putt did not stay. Ricky throws underneath. They both tap in for the 3, and Ricky grabs himself the victory at the event. What a wonderful show for the fans to watch. A little nostalgia for us that have been watching the game for a while, seeing Ricky and Paul battle again. Isn't that exciting for at least the super fans? I hope you got to really witness everything that you wanted to see in that battle. Also, shout out to the players. All the players on the lead card were battling some sort of soreness or injury. Kyle was very stiff. You could see that. You saw shots of Paul rubbing his elbow a few times, and then Ricky's back was tight as well. So, at the end of the day, Ricky is the champion. Paul is in second. And then Jonan Henninen takes the podium finish in third place. Kyle Klein holds off Roland Keur and Vinyl Macula and Aaron Gossage to take fourth. Those 3 names tied for fifth. And Simon Lazat rounds out your 8th position. There was some players that shot really well over there. Pelkinen shot 51 points over his rating to cash. Went from a 997 rating and shot well into the 1040s. He took 23rd place. Tristan Tanner, a more familiar name for us as well, 46 points over his rating to a top 10 finish. Josef Berg shot 38 points, and Roland Keur shot 38 points over his rating to secure a top 5 position as well for Roland. Unfortunately, you know that we have Ying and we know that we have Yang. We got 3 players that are pretty well known that did not cash and have high ratings. That's Eagle McMahon, Gavin Babcock, and Casey White. With Gannon Burr shooting that final hot round, that did help him earn 45 points in your Disc Golf Pro Tour standings. Ricky secures 100 points for that win. Those 2 have been battling atop the standings. Gannon Burr is ahead right now by only 18-ish points, give or take. Ricky Wysocki's in second. Nicholas Antila is in third. Anthony Barella in fourth. And Calvin Heimberg round out your top 5. Kyle did a great job getting 69 points for fourth place today. That helps close the gap a little, but Calvin still got him by over 95 points between 5th and 6th. Great job on the coverage again. I know I said it, but I thought it was really well put together. As far as the course goes, on the men's side, looks like hole 14 ended up being the most boring hole on the course. Kind of just blah through all 4 rounds. Almost 3/4 par, if you will, for the MPO on hole 14. On the FPO side, pretty good spread throughout. Hole 16 and hole 4 gave the most pars, if you will, with a lot less of the others. 2/3 pars for both of them. But overall, you can't say enough about how cool the event was. I want to shout out Anna Anna Christensen. Her Instagram post talking about the challenge event, if you will, the field games the day prior to the event. She was on Team Big Germ with Eagle McMahon, and she says, how to make a disc golf superstar challenge event? Just ask the Estonians. They obviously know how to do it. Really cool event. If you haven't seen any of the coverage of that, you really should check it out. It just adds a little bit more flavor to an otherwise great event. Stay tuned throughout the week for the United Rankings of disc golf. Make sure you give us a follow on Instagram, Facebook, X. Give us an email if you have any comments, questions, or concerns at discgolfdaily@aol.com. Until next time, I'm Brian Papa Wolf Frawley, and I ask you to tell a few more friends about this little podcast. Thank you, and have a good night.
Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share. It really does help us grow.